Welcome to our channel, where we bring you honest reviews of the latest movies. Today, we're taking a trip down memory lane with a review of the Super Mario Bros. Movie. This film was a much anticipated adaptation of the popular video game series. But did it live up to the hype? Let's find out. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more movie reviews and other exciting content. Now, let's jump into the Mushroom Kingdom and explore the ups and downs of this cult classic.
Here we go!
Hey there, folks. You know Mario, right?
It's me, Mario!
That beloved plumber who's been jumping barrels and climbing girders since the 80s? Well, he's made his way to the big screen a couple of times, but let's be real, the 1993 Super Mario Bros. Movie was a massive disappointment. However, that doesn't mean a Mario movie can't be good. Look at the Lego Movie, for example. Who knew a movie based on plastic building blocks could be so fantastic? And Wreck-It Ralph? Such a clever cartoon set in a video game world. Even Dungeons & Dragons: Honor Among Thieves showed us that movies based on games can be enjoyable, regardless of whether or not you're a gamer. Unfortunately, the Super Mario Bros. Movie just doesn't make the cut. Now, here's the thing. The latest Mario cartoon, directed by Aaron Horvath and Michael Jelenic, the creative minds behind the hilariously wacky Teen Titans Go, is a bit of a letdown. I mean, every 10-minute episode of Teen Titans Go had more going on than this entire film. And it's a shame because the opening scenes in Brooklyn are actually quite promising. Chris Pratt, who you might know from Guardians of the Galaxy and Jurassic World, voices Mario, and Charlie Day plays his younger, more nervous brother, Luigi. The two are shown as these good-natured, mustachioed dudes trying to get their independent plumbing business up and running. There are some clever nods to the video games, and they even come up with funny explanations for some of the characters' more questionable traits, like their odd white gloves. There's a pretty funny scene where a dog causes chaos during a plumbing job, too. Plus, the computer animation is really impressive, except for the fact that everything is so realistic, it makes Mario and Luigi look like plush toys by comparison. So, here's where things get a little weird. One night, Mario and Luigi stumble upon a flood that's never explained and a magical pipe that's also never explained. And, wouldn't you know it, this pipe teleports them to another planet or possibly a whole other universe, which, you guessed it, is never explained. Mario finds himself in the Mushroom Kingdom, where happy-go-lucky talking mushrooms are led by a Barbie-esque blonde named Princess Peach, played by Anya Taylor-Joy. Meanwhile, Luigi gets kidnapped by the monstrous Bowser, played by Jack Black, who's supposed to be a dog but looks like a dragon and is actually the leader of these turtle creatures called Koopas. By pure coincidence, the brothers arrive on this wacky planet or universe just as Bowser's gotten his hands on a glowing star that will let him conquer the Mushroom Kingdom. Now, to the untrained eye, it might seem like Bowser and his army could have conquered the Mushroom Kingdom on their own without the glowing star. But, hey, let's not worry too much about that. The Super Mario Bros. Movie has the kind of crazy, nonsensical mythology you'd expect when a Japanese game company creates an Italian-American plumber from Brooklyn and keeps coming up with adventures for him over the course of 40 years. If you just go with the flow and embrace the trippy weirdness, it can be fun and absurd sci-fi. Unfortunately, the bizarre plot is just the tip of the iceberg when it comes to this movie's issues. That's when things start to go downhill. Mario finds himself surrounded by floating bricks, huge gold coins, power-up cubes, and electronic sound effects that only make sense in the context of a video game. At this point, it becomes painfully clear that the directors have abandoned any attempt to make a cartoon that could be enjoyed by everyone and instead have focused solely on cramming in as many references as possible to cater to die-hard fans of the games. What's even more disappointing is that the film doesn't just throw in quick nods to the games, it includes long sequences directly lifted from them. Instead of propelling the story forward, the directors have characters running around crazy aerial courses that defy gravity or driving rainbow-colored cars, just because that's what you do in the games. These scenes only serve to grind the movie to a halt. Despite Mario and Peach's supposed urgency to defend her kingdom against Bowser's invasion, these pointless detours constantly remind us that there's no real rush to get anywhere. Add to that the film's utter disregard for whether or not it's possible to be hurt or killed, and you can see why it feels so sluggish and padded. It's hard to believe that the most exciting and amusing part of the whole movie is a slapstick scene featuring a dog in a Brooklyn bathroom. The thing about this movie is that it's clear the creators have done their homework when it comes to the details of the Mario universe. However, the overall attitude of the film is off. Instead of capturing the simple, endearing charm of the character that has made him beloved for over 40 years, they've gone for a snarky and shallow approach that relies heavily on meta humor and tired, overused irony. It's like they've tried to turn Mario into a Marvel character, with every line being a joke and every gag being an obscure reference for hardcore fans. For example, when Mario is served spaghetti with mushrooms, he winces and says he hates mushrooms. Get it? Because in the game, he's always eating mushrooms. Yeah, I didn't find it particularly fun either. The Super Mario Bros. Movie may have a well-connected plot, thanks to the screenwriter Matthew Fogel, but it fails to deliver the goods. The movie lacks any jokes, clever plot twists, or even memorable lines. It's a soulless, by the numbers, cash grab of a film that will only appeal to die-hard fans of the video game series. The animation is sleek, but the plot is lazy, and the soundtrack is filled with tired pop culture references that are neither funny nor surprising. The result is a film that feels like a rushed first draft, with no effort put into making it enjoyable for anyone who isn't already familiar with the games. It's a shame, as the Super Mario Bros. Franchise deserved better than this lazy and uninspired adaptation. The filmmakers behind the Super Mario Bros. Movie seem to be banking on the popularity of the game franchise to carry the film, as they have failed to create a coherent and engaging world for their characters. Princess Peach's backstory is only briefly touched upon and then quickly forgotten, likely in anticipation of sequels to come. But the lack of world building and attention to detail doesn't seem to matter to the filmmakers, who are probably banking on the film's bright colors and child-friendly humor to make it a hit with younger audiences during Easter holidays. However, adults accompanying children may find themselves longing for the charm and wit of the Hoskins and Leguizamo film. You know that catchphrase from the original Super Mario Bros. Game, "Our princess is in another castle"? Well, in the Super Mario Bros. Movie, they try to make it into a joke, but it falls flat. It's just another lazy reference, devoid of any humor and obvious in its attempt to please fans. It's a shame that a beloved character like Mario has been reduced to something so insincere and cynical. The movie tries so hard to be faithful to the Mario franchise, but its attitude goes against everything that makes the game so joyful and pure. In conclusion, the Super Mario Bros. Movie may appeal to die-hard fans of the game, but for the average viewer, it falls short in almost every aspect. The film's laziness in world building, lack of engaging humor, and over-reliance on video game references make it a forgettable addition to the already crowded realm of video game adaptations. If you're a fan of the game, you may find some enjoyment in this film, but for everyone else, it's best to avoid. Finally, don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more movie reviews and other content.